pea.
Why? What's in pea?
Because the pea is one of the cleanest substances. Pea is something the body detoxified through the liver, through the kidneys, and now it's a pure, clean liquid.
Why? But your body.
Ramba was saying about that. You know that many years ago, Roma.
Can you say that again for them?
Yes.
But it's full of toxins.
No,
My
it's not.
grandmother did that when they were
Bezbezeshit
running
man.
away in Russia. They were running away from the Bolsheviks. They didn't have anything.
Really?
That's what she
Melody.
fed her baby,
No way.
and that's how they survived. They were walking.
Hi, Melody. You know, you missed important point. I said that we have the most important remedy.
Wow.
Is your own
She had a
pee.
baby. I don't know, it was
If
1.5
you drink your
years
own
old.
pee, you're gonna be healthy.
She didn't know what to give him. She literally urinated and gave it.
Well,
to
I
him.
heard the report.
And that's how he
Yeah.
survived.
Wow.
So basically, you need to know if chas v'shalom, something emergency happens, you have the best remedy. People who had cancer completely healed from just by drinking their own pee.
Yes.
And I know Russian lady who cleans her face every day with the pee, and she has beautiful skin.
I heard that about the bags under
Yes,
your eyes.
everything. You just pee in the cup and
Yes.
shove it down.
I've heard this about.
Yes, you can put
But
on
again,
over
I
your
didn't
face.
understand.
It's wonderful if you pee, you have yeast infection, you pee and then wash with your pee, with the
Urine.
yes, with your urine. Yes, it's amazing.
The
And
what?
so
The
on.
what? Say it again.
If you have a yeast infection,
Uh-huh.
right? So usually we wash with water. One of the good remedies is also to use your own pee. And if you drink it, it's even better because it goes
So how
internally
come
and
you haven't drank it yet?
well, because
didn't
I'm
get
not
it.
an emergency yet. I'm not an emergency. It's hard to
But
tell.
if-
I'm
if-
telling you, if I will be somewhere in the desert or somewhere, I'm gonna drink my pee and I will enjoy it.
And tell us.
If the body is cleansing itself through us taking it out,
Yes.
so how can that
It's
be
filtering.
clean?
It's filtering everything. It's filtering, but the sediments all stays in the kidneys. That's why you need to drink more that to reduce all the sediments. But the pee, it's been processed. It's been through filters. So now it's one of the cleanest drinks. It's you know, many years ago, I said, not just in Roma, Rambam speaks about that a lot. Do you know there was no time when they did blood tests, how the doctor did the blood test on the person? He would taste the pee. And we said, you have a sugar.
How long did the doctor live after that?
Probably a lot of
Until
years.
120.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's basically our approach is whole. Now go to the modern medicine, vicious cycle and side effects. Now the problem is that when you go to the doctor and you really never took care of the root of the problem, you just go back to the doctor, he gives you the medicine, and you come back with the side effects, and then you go back to the doctor and you come back with the side effects. And I'll tell you the very simple story. Stories is always work very nicely about the one guy who loved to eat hamburgers. He would eat a lot of hamburgers all the time. And then he started feeling pain in his stomach. He went to the doctor, said, "Doctor, can you help me?" He said, "Let's do the blood test." "Well, I see that you have some cholesterol issue, blah, 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 but I can take care of it. Here's the medicine." He went home, he's continued to eating his own food, and he takes the medicine. After taking a medicine for about a year, he starts to feel a lot of headaches because, oh my gosh, now I have a migraine. Now, okay, I don't have a stomach ache, but now I do have a migraine. He goes to the doctor, doctor, what should I do? And now I have a headache. The doctor, okay, let's run some tests. But in the meantime, the person is in fear. He doesn't know what to do. His immunity even goes down, right? Our doctor said, no problem. Here's the medication. Whenever you feel, take twice a day, whatever, you will be fine. Okay, so he goes back. He continues to his bad habits, eating the hamburgers, whatever he used to, and then he starts to feeling a lot of pain in his hands. Well, arthritis starts to come into his hands. He says, oh my gosh, I cannot move. I have a lot of pain. He goes to the doctor, what should I do? Now he's already on two medications. Now he goes to the doctor, gets another third medication, and goes to the doctor for the fourth medication. Is it smart or not? This is a care. This is a sick care. This is not a health care. This is a sick care. So you go into the 911 emergency all the time when you go to the sick care instead to say, wait a minute, why do I have a stomach ache? Maybe I had a hamburger. And maybe the bread causing me some upsetness in my stomach. So what should I do? I'm not gonna touch the hamburger. And guess what happens? In a day or two, no more pain, and the person is healthy because he get rid of the body signs. The body spoke to him, don't do it. Or let's say women walk depressed. I'm depressed, can you help me? Can you help me? Well, the doctor will give you medication. Will say, oh, you're so poor, you should take a medication. You know what you love? You just need some sex. Come on, ladies, you need some sex, some love. And I say to the people like, well, she's crazy, what she's talking. Why not? We are women. We must. We need love. Till 100 jump on your husband. Come on, ladies. I'm sorry to say that, but it's very important. People don't want to talk about that. Why not? Why not to give a massage to your husband and he will give you? Why you're so afraid? Oh my gosh, he's gonna touch me. So what he's gonna touch you? And what about you touching him? This is all about. And then you're satisfied and he's satisfied and you live happily ever after. Isn't that better than walking miserably getting medication? But all what you need is just a little bit sex. I'm sorry. Yes, it is. We are all ladies. If the man was here, I would say the same. So don't worry. I don't care. Because the main part is here that we have so much emotions in us. We have no love, no respect, no nothing. And we want other people to solve our issues. No, you have now, you know your own medicine and everything you need to know.
Pee and sex.
Exactly. Well, I actually spoke a lot. Now, I basically covered the whole thing. I said about holistic approach. I told you the whole picture, that you have to look at yourself as a whole body. Now, when you go to the doctor, it's basically not just as a butcher. Another way is also very important. When you go to the doctor, do you go a doctor who looks at you as a whole, or you go someone who will look at your vision, or will take care of your heart, or will look at your toes, or look at your certain areas? Well, you know what? It's like 4 blind people in the room trying to describe you that they see an elephant. Will they describe you? One will say it's nose, one will say, I don't know what it is, this is a paw, this is, I don't care what. But is this a whole picture? No. You'll never get a whole picture. So you cannot divide and chop me into pieces and tell me my hand will treat orthoped and this gynecologist will do and that will do. No, you are a whole. Okay? Okay, very important. Now, I spent about self-healing machine. I spent about body language. I told you that the body speaks you in a certain way. So now if you know, if you're not feeling well, or if you have any sort of an issue, all what you need is just to listen to the signs, but listen, be connected. You know, if it takes a couple minutes to just go out for a walk, you'll be a different person. When you're in this rush and you're not thinking and everybody's rushing, you know, I just had yesterday a full conversation with one mother from New Jersey. She was crying, she wired, she wants to fix the whole house, she wants to healthy food, and she wants to go to the certain doctor who will transfer the power through the phone, through her to her husband. Will it help? No, it not. Because the husband is not willing to change. He said, yeah, you tell her that I agree. But let me do my job. Let me continue my food. Will help him? No. And why will something help if you don't respect yourself? Okay? So now I want to say something very, very beautiful that I learned from one of my dearest friends. And his name is Dr. Dell. And he said something very nice. And I want you to write this down. And this is how he called the Braveheart Oath. And I want you to look at this and remember this. We didn't put this here, but this is a must for everyone to have it and to remember. And sometimes look at it, or even, you know, make a nice picture of it. I am loved.
I am loved.
I am loved.
Oh, loved. Okay.
I am healed. I am a brave heart. Today,
I am a great heart.
brave.
A brave
Yeah,
Heart.
brave heart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes,
second.
From the moment
This is so beautiful.
The moment I rise, I
Yes.
And from the
Until
moment I rise until
I
I
gently close my
gently
eyes.
I close my eyes.
Till I gently close my
Today,
eyes.
I
every day,
gently
from the
close
moment
my
I
eyes.
rise until
From the
gently
moment I
close-
rise until I gently close my eyes, I will trust. I will honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself. Respect, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself. First and foremost, before anything else or anyone else,
Help me, God.
1 second.
First and
Before
foremost,
anything else.
before
or
anything else or anyone else.
else,
So help me, God,
anyone else.
because I am healed.
Because I am.
I am healed.
I am healed. And I am a brave heart.
I am, I can, I am healed.
Here you go.
Isn't this beautiful? Probably in your mind you think about, oh my gosh, how I can love myself. But you know what? If you don't love yourself enough, how you can love somebody else? If you do not respect yourself, if you do not forgive yourself, how you can forgive somebody else? We always want to try fix somebody. Help my husband, help my child. Will you ever say how I can help myself first?
Yeah, but
But that's the problem. And we need to
Right.
switch it because you're the light. You are the power. You have everything you need to be strong. And once you will follow this and you will understand that first me, myself, my love toward myself, I'm gonna prepare myself a cup of tea. And oh, mommy, can you do this? Can you do? 1 minute. Let me make myself a cup of tea. You know, the child will respect that. In the beginning, he might say, what do you mean? I want. You say, no, now is mommy's time. And the children will learn. And you know what they will learn? They will learn by looking just at you. And you think it's crazy, but yes, it is happening. It is happening all the time. When the mommy is wired and she's trying to do 100 different things and she never having a time. You know, this friend with who I spoke yesterday, she said her father passed away a couple months ago, and he would always tell her, come, just sit, relax, just be with me. And unexpectedly he passed away. Now she cries about that. Why are you crying? He gave you now the best answer ever. Sit down, enjoy this moment right now. Don't rush it. Just enjoy yourself. Take off the clothes and look at yourself. I have a beautiful boobs. I love them. Well, yeah, maybe they're not perfect, right? You'll say, yeah, but they're not on the whose standards? Is your husband loves them? Make them more beautiful. Yeah? Love yourself. Come on, ladies. And I always say you are ikar of the bite, meaning that you are ikar. Everything is standing on you. Now, if you are moving because you are moving and you're rushing, you have no time, that's your life is going. How you can heal someone, how you can even cook food. Who wants to eat your food? Nobody. No, I have a kugel in my freezer. Yeah, when did you prepare your kugel? Oh, I didn't want it to work, so I prepared months ago. Who wants to eat this frozen kugel? You know what? Don't make this frozen kugel. Prepare what you can. You don't have to prepare 100 different foods that somebody will love you. When you love yourself, who cares, right? You can make one delicious dish and everybody will enjoy it because you are the car. You send this light to everyone and you educating everyone. And the doctor will come up to you and say, oh my gosh, you have that. You're going to say, I'm not afraid anymore. You know what? Because I understand how my body works. Let me think a little bit and do not go into the fear mode. And that's it. Very simple. Do you have any questions?
So where is the balance between the two?
The balance, right, the balance. Okay, the only way the balance is good, thank you so much, I've been blown away. The balance is very important. And the meaning is that it's very simple, only for emergency care. Meaning is that you need a doctor for emergencies. They're very good in emergencies. When somebody breaks something, thank God that we have an emergency. When an accident strikes, something strikes, they're wonderful for emergency, but they're not good for anything else. If there is a very bad severe infection, thank God we have antibiotics. And we will use it. And I will tell you, yes, you can use it. You might say, she's crazy. No, I'm not. I look at the whole entire picture. And I do use sometimes doctors when there is a need. But how much need in there? If you love yourself, there is almost no need because accidents happen very rarely. Maybe once in your lifetime, or maybe twice, in most cases. This is how we lived for many years. There was no emergency all the time. But when you all the time living, going to the doctor, you're inviting more troubles. You don't need to go. Don't go. Don't check what's inside, you know. No, I have to check my breast. Why, you cannot feel it? You cannot understand if this looks good? Don't you connect it to yourself? Yes, once you connect it, you don't need anyone to tell you what you have inside or what you don't have inside because you will have the signs, right? So the balance is very good. In emergencies, I am thankful. And I had a very strong teeth infection, like top infection, like my face almost blew up like that. Yes, I took antibiotic as a very good girl because it was a very dangerous in that position. But when it was the last time I took antibiotic, I don't remember. Never. When was one of my children took antibiotic? Never. I don't know. I don't have anything like that in my house. I have no need to this. And for sure, I don't need to sit on medications. Like I had someone from Israel calling me that he's from now at age 45, needs to sit on a heart medication all his life. Instead, just change your diet and you will be fine. You understand? So basically, it's good for emergencies. Yes, for emergencies, very good. They're very good. They're knowledgeable and they're very helpful in emergencies. But most of them, I don't use them in any other issues. Yes. Hi. Hi.
Quick question. What do you think of yearly blood work?
Nothing. You don't need this.
Yearly blood work.
You don't need this. You don't need anything. You don't need doctors. You don't need nothing.
If you're, her point is that if your nutrition and so on.
Yes, if you eat properly, if you drink properly, if you wake up in the morning, you're full of passion, you're happy what you do, and you are loved, then there is no way why I need to go to the doctor to look for more diseases, for create more fear. No. If you sign up in different WhatsApp and they cause your heart to pump, this is a negative stuff. Out. You don't need them. Don't hear bad stuff. Don't be next to negative people. If there's negative, say no, thank you. I'm staying away from negativity. I don't need those stuff. But your own healer, the body will tell you, your brain is smart enough to guide you. When you connect it to yourself, when you say that you're loved, right? That's what I want you to get. This is the most important. This is the basics. This is the hardcore of a natural healing. This is one of the most important pillars. We cannot go further if you do not understand how it works. Now, it also takes a lot of power and a lot of trust in God, because there is no other way around. And to, you know what, when we are sick or we're going through something, there will be time when you feel very down. But when you feel down, it's actually from there go up higher. But you just have to believe in it. It happens a lot with very sick people. When they're very, very sick, and they got to the place where are now detoxifying, they're crying, they are sad, they're angry, they breaking stuff, they do stuff, crazy stuff, but it's for their own good to release those emotions. Okay, so when we are in the dark, it's for a good place to wake up and continue. Yeah.
So
Okay.
what if we did go and take the testing like that they require or ask to do yearly and things like that, but not that it gives us fear, just to kind of, you know, when I go, I don't get scared. It's just,
Yeah.
even if they find something, then knowledge is power. So if I haven't been eating healthy and it's like, oh, there's X, Y, and Z, let me get on my game, something like that. In other words, is the negativity with the test just because it causes someone fear, which then affects the body? But if it doesn't cause someone fear,
Well, it doesn't cause some fear, and you mean the test is negative, something wrong
I'm
with the
saying,
test?
yeah,
With
like
the
let's say
test?
a breast exam, and then they find something, and then
Right.
you can do your own homeopathy from then forward, treating that.
Right. Well, it's basically how far you took it away. Let's say if there is something that you did, let's say you're not feeling well, right? And it's for a very prolonged period of time. You're completely not connected to yourself and you got very, very sick. And now the body will tell you when to go to the doctor. When you trust, it will guide you,
I'm
okay?
saying this is like
So let's say you go to the doctor, so, oh, I see something wrong there, right? So now the red light will
No,
turn
this
on.
is yearly
The prob-
exam, she said.
Yes, the problem is most times when you will start thinking about it, you actually can, what it can be, cyst or something. Most cases, it's all the time the body is making, all the time we go through cancer, all the time we go through stuff, but we're not all the time with the mindfulness looking inside because it's for our own good. And if there is a cyst, it's for your own good. Fix your hormones, take care of the issue. Maybe you're not loving enough yourself, maybe you're not taking care of your breast properly, you understand? So
Right.
basically, if you go to the doctor and they tell you something negative, for you it's a wake-up point. Wake up, start taking care of yourself, change your way you're going.
But it is.
So then sometimes these exams are not
If you're
necessarily
not
negative.
connected to yourself,
Well,
yes, you
sometimes you
can.
don't feel something. Sometimes
There's
Well,
no
if
such
you're,
thing.
she's trying to say that if you're prior to connected or
then you'll
living,
know.
then you shouldn't have to even have a yearly exam, right? Why go for the yearly exam if you're eating healthy, if all these things?
Because I mean, I don't eat healthy all the time.
Excuse me, there are people who get sicknesses like cancer even if they're eating healthy.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, but then they're emotionally sick. They
Okay,
have a lot
whatever.
of emotions.
Okay,
that
so
are
whatever it is, they're not perfect. So what does somebody do? God forbid, let's say they do one of those
So
tests.
they change
find out
it.
they're-
They change their way. They change
Let's say
the way they
find out
behave.
they're very badly advanced something.
Well, then you know what? Then we say if there is something very, very badly advanced, then we can try to fix as much as we can, right? I'm not saying not to fix it, not to try. You can
Right.
combine. I would just go all the way to as much as I can by fixing the main cause of the problem. You cannot fix anything if you don't go to the main cause. You get rid of the cause, the body will regenerate and will fix itself. Now, people used to say cancer is bad. Cancer is actually one of the good things. Why? The body is telling you, wake up. Wake up. Nothing wrong. Now, people think cancer is bad. Cancer is not bad. They want you to think this is bad. Why? Because they make money on the people. They do. They make money on people. But we're not looking, here we're born a new people today. We're a new family. We are a new movement. When you leave the door, you're not the same person. So when you look at the cancer, it's actually a good thing. You don't think, oh, it's a bad thing. Oh my gosh, you're poor. No, you actually laugh and happy. And you know what? I've seen people who look at the cancer, it's actually a blessing. And when they say that, they actually completely reverse the whole entire thing. And many people who actually had the cancer and reverse it, they say this was the most awakening point that in their lives, because they lived miserably before. They woke every day, they lived their life miserably. They've been upset, they were angry, they did something that was not suited. And guess what? Cancer come and changed their life. And now look, I have to take care of myself. I have to do this, I have to do that. And you see the person completely reversing himself and becomes a new person, becomes a new blessing of himself. In most cases, if people go to the doctors, and the doctor will prescribe them chemicals and will start killing their immune system or whatever his body is creating to help that person, they actually kill the person. They say, oh, poor guy, whatever. But basically, he actually was supposed to heal. All what he needed is this switch. Cancer is not disease the way people think. It's not that dangerous disease. Nothing is different than a horrible pneumonia or other stuff that people also might die. Stop about thinking cancer is dangerous. Cancer is not dangerous. Cancer is something that brought into the body to actually heal yourself. And the tumor is there to actually hold all the garbage you having through all your lives. So when you have that and the tumor is holding all the negativity, all the bad stuff, it's actually protecting you. And you go to the doctor, they found this and say, oh, we need to touch it. The creation that you create, we need to open up. They cut it, and guess what? Now it's spreading over the whole blood. Now you need chemo. Now you need this. Now you need that. Now we need to kill every part in your body that you should survive. Who wants to live like that? Nobody. And I tell you another thing.
So there's an alternative way to get rid of that tumor?
Huh?
There's an alternative way to get rid of it.
Sure. Always was and always will be a simple medicine by even Nurse Casey, if you know, from Canada. She was making a simple concoction of concoction of the few herbs, 4 or 5 herbs, and she been healing people from cancer. People walk to her sick, walk out happy and healthy. Now tell me it's a dangerous disease. No, it's not. It's because the pharma, these people, these Rashaim, these people, they want you to believe that the cancer is bad, the mucus is bad, the stomach is bad, this bad, that bad, everything is bad, fear, 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 and then you end up going to them and say, yes, take care of me. No more take care of me. I'll take care of myself. Thank you. Yeah, understood. It's hard to do the switch. And that's what I said. You need to trust in God, because the God knew what he did in this world. No mistakes. Everything is for your own good. It's very hard to understand. Sometimes I deal with the very hard cases, and I have a people that I think maybe they're not gonna wake up tomorrow. Chas v'shalom, in my mind, I'm thinking that. What do you think? It's easy? It's very hard. But the next day, the person says, hey, I'm feeling much better. Oh, thank God. So I've been through you by the downest part, and from there, healing came. But you know what? Yes, people die. And you know what? Why? Because his time is end up in this world. And because Hashem decided, yes, mommy, you finished this world. You've done what you need. Now's your time to go up. It's hard to say that. But yes, it is. If you trust in God, so what do you care? If you trust in God, if the God decides, what he decides is the best. It's very hard, but you really need to trust completely, 100% into God. That's why healing is combined and must. And if you look, everything has to do with the medicine and pharma and drugs. There's no God in there. What they tell you, the doctor comes, he feels like he's in a God. He tells you, you have a 4 months to live. What the heck are you saying? I have a 4 months to live? No way. I have a 40 years to live from now on because I said so. But you know what, most cases, when the doctor comes and you're in a fear and you're afraid, and the doctor comes and says 4 months to stays to live, no longer. Unfortunately, this is a very hard disease. You know what happens? In 4 months, the same person is passing away. Why? Because it's in his mind. The doctor said 4. The doctor said, I know patient who doctor said you have a cancer tumor in your head, but max you have 6 months. She lived 6 months and then she passed away. Why? Because the doctor said so. Because she was no longer in charge of herself. She gave herself to somebody else, and if somebody else decides how long she's gonna live. Hell no, not on my watch. And you the same thing. Nobody's gonna tell you what's going on. You know better than anyone else. Go outside and talk to yourself. Go with your friends, call with your dear friend, not someone who blah, 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 but so much stuff I speak, but it's so much deep. I can go even deeper, but I want you to understand, number one, is trust in God. God is not doing mistakes. Everything has happened is for your own good, okay? Now, questions more.
Yeah, can I ask you?
Yes, my
So, how do you inspire someone who thinks that they eat sugar and junk because they love their body?
You don't inspire
Which
anyone.
is like half the work.
You don't inspire anyone. You're inspiring yourself. You be busy doing your own stuff. You know, when I've been transforming my family, I'm not saying that I'm 100% perfect. People think that I'm perfect. I'm not. I'm the same as everyone else. But when I transformed my family, I have people who know me. I would bring breakfast and lunch to school every single day. Yeah, every day. In the morning, I drop my kids to the school, and then I come back. I would prepare breakfast and I would bring them back to the school. A delicious smoothies with fruits and she knows. Tammy was with me in the class. She knows. Tammy knows actually the group, there are 12 children, right? That we completely changed them. If I show you the pictures of what they've been eating, you will never believe it.
Okay.
You'll never believe it what they've been eating. Junk. They've been eating junk all the time. But you know what? Every day I brought the fruits, we cut fruits, we make it happening. And guess what? One day I came to class because I had no time to bring a bag of fruit. The children didn't refuse to eat junk. They put their hands and said, we're not gonna eat junk. Now I'm talking about children who've been eating junk all their life. How have we been able to transfer? Because you don't care what they say. What you care is self-love. I want to eat the fruit. I'm not eating this pretzel. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat the fruit. I'll eat the fruit. Everybody will eat the fruit. So fix yourself. That's rule number one. Don't look at anyone else. Fix yourself. Fix your own you. Fix yourself. Fix the way you love yourself. Make sure that you poop every day. Don't be afraid to speak about that. If you did poop, be happy because this is so important. All the sicknesses start from there. If you're not pooping properly, then the whole toxicity travels all around the body. Very simple. And it's not complicated. It's very easy. Okay? Anything else? You want to ask more questions? Do you want to know something more? Or we should finish the class today? I'm going to see you next
I
week.
have a question
Yes,
about
ma'am.
next week. Is there a specific reason why we chose 8 o'clock to start? Which feels like late-ish.
But I tell you what, because many parents, they have children and they want to do this and I mean, you know, so I figured out that always it was very comfortable 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. I've been doing classes for years, but I think 8 is good. 8 is enough.
Yeah.
Next time you're going to sleep before the class.
I did, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Okay, so here we go. So you know that next time you prepare yourself. How you prepare? Honey, I'm going to sleep. I'm taking a nap. And Tammy laughs because I'm going to sleep in my car. Yes, definitely. Well, but you should.
Could you show us something about your products and what you do, like you started to say at the beginning?
Yes, but we don't need this show through the Zoom. Okay, anyone. So there is no more questions.
One
Yes,
more.
ma'am.
How important is, and I don't know if this is in another
Yes.
lesson, but how important is vitamins along with eating healthy?
Depends what kind of vitamins. In natural healing, we do not consider anything. It comes in isolated form. So any vitamins, which is vitamin A or B, whatever, we're not using those. We use everything in a wholesome state, which means herbs in a wholesome state.
So there's no taking vitamin C pills and vitamin
No, vitamin C actually depends
Prenatals.
what kind. Prenatals depends what kind. Yes, you
Herbal,
can use
herbal
herbals,
stuff, yeah.
superfoods. You can use stuff
Made
that
out
come
of
from
herbs.
nature, but not coming from laboratory where someone wants to make on your money. And you need to know that 99%. I've been in Nashville last week or 2 weeks. I don't know where. And one of the most important things that 99% in what you see in the Whole Foods, on any other health food store, they're all full of pesticides, radiation, and whatever. So most times do not buy whatever you just see. Do not buy whatever just my friend suggested to me. If you don't know the person who is making, you don't know who is behind, what's the idea was to create the formulas. So let's say I know what I made. Because I needed this, I needed for my patients, so I needed a quick solution, and I figured out this is like the best formulas that work. So I created because I had a need. Many people just go into business just to make money, right? So you have to be careful. Don't just buy random, and do not trust anyone. When you finish the 6th class, then you can trust yourself. Okay? And they always ask questions. If someone suggests you tell them why, who made it, from where it comes. I want to see, call the company, find out what's exactly your story, what's behind, what make you to become who you are. Many people will tell you, oh, just make money. So how they different from the drug makers? The same. They just lying to you, okay? Because you are not connected, you don't know.
Just like this new Aunt Mary's syrups and drinks and whatever.
All right, if you look at the
Right.
ingredients, it's a complete junk, food coloring. I mean, it doesn't show exactly what, but it's full of sugar. So what's inside? Nothing, it's unnatural. Uncle Moishi or whatever. People run Uncle Moishi. Look at the ingredients in the bag.
So what about food? Like where should we buy? Could we not
You're gonna
trust
go-
organic food? It says
You
organic.
must buy organic. That's rule number 1. Must
Is
buy
that
organic.
non-GMO as well? Or is
Yeah,
it-
non-GMO and organic as much as it's possible, because they are now, besides they creating a people, what they're trying to do, as you know, the transhumans, transhuman 1, transhuman 2, which means a completely get rid of the creation of the God, and not just as a human, but also as the food. So now they say
And
if
the
you
sun.
now they say if you are no longer human, then who cares if you're eating a genetic meat that looks like a meat, because you're no longer human. Do you understand? When I'm saying there is a fight for God, it's not a simple thing. It is a fight for God. And what we're doing here is actually building a new movement. It seems crazy, right? Even to say such a thing. We're
What? There's been
building.
movements
We
like
are.
this all along.
Huh?
There's always been movements like this.
Yes, not enough, and not when people are willing to listen. I'm sure there is a people here who would never would approach to me and say, "Oh, she's crazy, she's health nut," and now they're open to listen. And now there's a young mothers who would run to their doctors, and now they no longer go to the doctor because now they trust. And now this is the time. I don't care what it was. If it was why we are where we are now. See, it was not enough. There was not powerful people.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's say somebody is not vaccinated, they
Mhm.
have not had COVID, they have no immunity, and I'm reading about a lot of people who end up in very remote places, and they get COVID, and they don't know what to do, and they don't want to go to the hospital. And Zev's in like a protocol. Now I know you don't agree with it, but then what do you tell people to travel with? And the variant which comes on immediately, according to people who are in the know about these things, that you're supposed to actually take it immediately. So what are you saying to do instead? What would you tell people to travel with?
Drink the pee.
I mean, like, you go traveling, everyone should drink tea.
You just drink the pee.
No.
Okay, that's
Bring
not
us
very
back.
interesting.
Or cayenne. I mean, you have your own COVID protocol, which you should
Well, I
send to
guess. Well,
everybody.
I tell you something very
Well, I
simple.
have to
It's
say
not
those
that
things
chas
too.
v'shalom I disagree. Okay, I think it's gone. We've been over.